You requested it. Now we've arrived. The top 10 castles in Wales. We've got Snowdonia, Anglesey, and Cardiff. That's what we're rolling with.
You guys can let us know if he butchered that in the comments.
Yeah, so Sam is Welsh.
Part, yes.
Yeah, and we can see that from your dark hair and your dark eyes. And so this is right up her alley. It's up my alley as well because I have some British heritage. And we've done some castles from England.
Mm-hmm.
We've done.
It's been so cool to see them.
Yeah, some old cities from England. But you guys were saying on those videos that we got to check out something from Wales because apparently Wales has a ton of castles. You can let us know down below. You can confirm how much if Buddy here doesn't give us a confirmation. And we always leave the links in the description box from the channels that we are checking out content from. So you can go and support the original channel down below in our description box. And also, you can make sure that you give us recommendations about other content. It doesn't have to be castles. It can be UK content, historical content, because we enjoy checking out that stuff on the channel, right?
Yes, we do. We have learned a lot, and it's all thanks to you guys and the journey that you've put us on.
And you enjoy the castles, right?
I love the castles. Phil asked me what my favorite thing today was or what I was looking forward to the most, and I said, the castles.
All right. Well, without further ado, we're not going to waste any more time. Let's get in the top 10 castles. Castles from Wales, I should say.
Welcome. In this video, I'm going to show you 10 of the most amazing castles that you can see in Wales. So Wales is a country with a rich and fascinating history, and fun fact, Wales actually has more castles per square mile than any other country in the world.
Wow.
So it was very hard to narrow down this list, but I think you'll agree that these are some of the most impressive. So let's get started.
Let's go.
So beginning with one of my personal favourites, and that is Conwy Castle. This medieval fortress was built by King Edward I of England in the 13th century as part of his conquest of Wales. The castle has famously been called one of the finest examples of military architecture in Europe, with its 8 iconic massive towers that you can climb each and every one of them, by the way, so obviously we had to do that when we visited. The castle overlooks the beautiful town of Conwy and the River Conwy and offers stunning views of the mountains of Snowdonia to the south as well. So I absolutely love this castle, and in fact this part of Wales is home to so many beautiful castles, including Beaumaris Castle.
Number 9.
This is another masterpiece of King Edward I, and it's located on the Isle of Anglesey. Now you may notice that this castle looks a little bit unusual, with the towers being no taller than the walls and everything being quite short and stumpy in general. And that's because this castle was never actually completed due to lack of funds as well as lack of manpower.
Sounds
and
like
it was never
highways
attacked
today.
or besieged, so exploring this castle is a very unique opportunity to see a 13th century castle halfway through construction.
That's crazy.
So now on to the next castle, which is Harlech Castle.
Harlech.
Now I'm not even going to bother telling you who built this one, but it rhymes with King Schmedward. And this one is located on a rocky cliff overlooking the Irish Sea. And it's most known for its role in several wars and rebellions, including the War of the Roses, when it was defended by Lancastrian forces, and they held out for 7 years inside this castle against Yorkist attacks, which I think gives you an idea of just how formidable this castle was.
Yeah, wow.
Fun fact,
crazy.
the sea actually used to come all the way up to this castle, and this gate here was actually used to unload supplies from ships to take up
that's cool.
to the castle. But as you can see, that is definitely not the case anymore today.
That's
insane.
wild to see how much the water line has
It's receded, yeah.
yeah.
I mean, we were talking the 1300s here, right? So,
Long time ago.
so yeah, 700 years ago. I mean, it's crazy to think that's how long these castles have been standing for as well. It tells you, number one, how well built they were, you know, the structures themselves.
Especially also like going through wars and stuff in that time as well.
Yeah, 100%. They got to be built to withstand the onslaught. And 7 years these guys were spending in the castle. So clearly it did withstand that. Interesting to see the influence of one king.
Yeah, 3 castles so far.
Already. And, you know, we haven't really done much. I don't think we've done anything by him. Particularly, we've done, you know, historical figures on the channel
Yeah.
before, but
No,
I
we
don't think
haven't.
we've gotten
I don't think
into
we've
King
covered it.
Edward. So maybe that's something that we should check out. You guys can
Yeah,
let us know.
guys.
Today. So this next castle is a little bit of a hidden gem, I think, located on a rocky hill overlooking the beautiful town of Llangollen in North Wales. So yeah, whilst exploring, we noticed some distant ruins and we couldn't resist. So we started climbing the hill, which Ellie very much enjoyed doing. That was majestic.
I can't do it anymore, Alex.
And the views got better and better as we climbed, and eventually we got to Castell Dinas Bran.
Dinas Brand.
This castle's name means the Crow's Fortress, and legend has it that it was once home to Bran the Blessed, a mythical king who had a magic cauldron that could revive the dead.
Is that Bran from Game of Thrones?
That's what I thought
Is that where he came
too.
from? Because it's about crows
Yeah.
and Bran came. We won't spoil it, just in case somebody's never watched it before. Sounds very familiar.
I think we need to rewatch.
Mythical king who had a magic cauldron that could revive the dead. Okay, so one more castle in North Wales now before we head down to South Wales, and that is Criccieth Castle. This is a very small castle that has been captured by multiple people throughout its history. Most famously, Owain Glyndwr in 1404, who was the leader of the Welsh uprising to end English rule in Wales.
1400s.
Okay, so down to South Wales now and down into the county of Carmarthenshire, and a bit of a unique one now because this is Larne Castle. It was a medieval castle that was later converted into a Tudor mansion. The castle's most famous resident was Dylan Thomas, the renowned Welsh poet who lived in a boathouse that you can actually still find near to the castle.
Dylan. Dylan. Dylan Thomas.
He lived here from 1949 to 1953 and wrote some of his best works there, such as Under Milk Wood and Do Not Go Gentle into That Good Night. So as well as visiting this castle, his boathouse is a must visit, especially to see the views of the estuary that inspired so much of his writings. Now just next door to Larne Castle is Caernarfon Castle, another slightly lesser known one. It stands on a hill above the village of Caernarfon and offers panoramic views of Carmarthen Bay and the Towy River.
Wow.
Wow, so beautiful.
It's completely free to visit as well, so me and my granddad had a great time exploring around this one. Now our next castle was once the seat of the powerful Welsh kingdom of Deheubarth. So this powerful Welsh realm ruled over most of South Wales in the 11th and 12th centuries, and this is Dynevor Castle. The castle itself is relatively small, but it's worth mentioning it is surrounded by a deer park and an ancient woodland, and the views from the tower of this castle are absolutely mind-blowing.
So much green.
So much greenery. Everything looks so green.
You know, so beautiful.
You got green,
All
you
this
got
nature.
the ocean there. It's not, I've never seen what Wales looks like before. So this is my first introduction to Wales as a whole, not just the castles. And, I'm not surprised because it seems like the more that we get into the UK, we see a lot of this. And, why it's, renowned people like to travel there. Obviously, you've got the cities, but this is kind of showing not only does it have the history, but it's got the views as well.
Yeah,
right?
like in the countryside.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. It's beautiful.
Castle are absolutely mind-blowing.
Looks pristine green as well. Not
So before I get
unkept.
to the final castle of the video and my personal favourite castle of Wales, I must add, I just wanted to mention that if you're enjoying, please do feel free to leave a like and also leave a comment as well if you have any other castle suggestions that I haven't mentioned in this video, because with the massive amount of castles in Wales, I know I've missed a few good ones out. In fact, as a bonus honourable mention, how could I forget about Caerphilly Castle, which is located just 30 minutes north of Cardiff, Wales's beautiful capital city. This castle is just incredible, especially its surroundings. My highlight is the tower here that is somehow still standing despite looking like it should have crumbled to the ground long ago.
It's like angled.
Hey Ellie, how did they build this castle?
I don't know. How?
Carefully.
You're horrible.
So yeah, there you go, a bonus mention before getting on to my final location of the video.
That's cool.
As I said, my personal favourite is Caernarfon Castle. It's an absolutely stunning castle that sits on a limestone crag above the river Caernarfon. It was built by a Welsh lord in the 13th century, and it was later captured by King Edward I, as well as having help from King Henry VIII. The castle's main attraction is its natural cave, which I actually had no idea about when I visited, but me and my granddad made sure to venture down into the dark, unlit cave, so that was a very fun adventure.
Secret tunnels.
I can't see anything. Luckily, I got a torch. Hold on. There you go. This cave actually leads to a spring that was once used as a water source. So obviously it doesn't go anywhere, you do have to come back up, but it's actually much bigger than I expected. And the castle also offers breathtaking views of the surrounding Brecon Beacons countryside.
You can see for miles.
So that's it for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed this tour of the 10 castles in Wales that are my personal favourites. Obviously there are many more, but please do subscribe if you did enjoy. Check out my other videos from Wales. We have been all over this beautiful country over the years and have quite a lot of videos on it. So yes, thank you everybody for watching. We'll see you in the next one.
That was the top 10 castles in Wales. Anything that stood out to you, Sam?
It's just so crazy how, like, obviously we talked about how strong they are to have been there forever, but it's also just crazy to see real live castles that are, you know, like they don't look like full castles anymore. Like it sounds silly, but you watch a movie where there's like a castle in it that's from this historical time, and it's like you see it as if it would be like in present time. You don't see it almost as like a ruin or like a historical monument or whatever, right? So you look at it and you're kind of like, this is crazy that this was like real and this is here, but it's almost hard to envision it like in its prime because it's so far later.
Yeah, I think also for us growing up in North America, we don't have castles.
Yes, that's
right.
true.
So it's not something that we're accustomed to seeing, and this is why it's very cool for us to check out these videos, because historically we don't have any context as what these things are, what they look like in person. And I've never been to, Wales. I've never been to the UK. So I haven't gone to visit any of these castles. So seeing them, like you said, on video here, it's just wild when you get to travel back in time 700 years and see these things for what they really are, that they're, historical monuments of time that have been preserved. Right. And
yeah.
Even just that little tunnel there that they made mention of, right? Like they said it was like a cave, but to me it looked more like a tunnel that was probably built out, whether it was so that they could go get the water or, whatever. But it's crazy that, you have so much history that's just there. It's just, present, but we don't really know how it was used in everyday life.
Yeah.
But it's there, and it does
the thing,
have history.
right? Like you see these castles, like that's what I'm saying, where you see them here, and it's like you try to envision like real people living in them and walking around in them, and like, the army or the military or whatever, the knights, whoever it was at the time that was protecting it, right? Like it's hard to almost see that. Like you try to envision that, and it's like it's crazy that that was actually real. Yeah,
and they made mention of Cardiff City. I didn't know that was the That's not us. That's our cat that is rubbing against the camera. Let's hope that she doesn't knock it down before I finish the video. What I was going to say was Cardiff City was a place that I had heard of before. I didn't know it was the capital of Wales, but I knew of them because I used to play FIFA all the time. And in career mode, for any of you guys that are familiar with FIFA, you can pick a team and play along with them and grow them as a club and, make them improve and win, blah, 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 blah. So Cardiff City at the time was in the lower league. I don't know. I don't think they're in the Premier League now, but I think they were in the league just below it. I think it was called like the Coca-Cola Championship or something like that. So I picked them. I just randomly picked them. I'm like, I'm going to pick Cardiff City. Cool. Sounds like a cool name. I'm going to roll with that.
Yeah.
And then I played with them. So that's how I know
There
about
you
Cardiff
go.
City. So I didn't know they were Welsh though.
I've never even heard of it before, and I am somewhat Welsh, so that makes me a terrible Welsh person.
So we've learned a few things in this video.
Yes.
But we got to get out of here because Tiffany, our cat, is going nuts. She wants to be fed very, very badly.
She's
Clearly.
about to knock the camera over.
She's about to knock the
in
camera over and
protest.
say, screw you guys, stop recording. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to stop recording. Have a great day. We'll see you in our next video.
Thanks for watching, guys.